possible to fix it. That means to me that if that means it. So should you buy it on these does, they take some stuff. Really, however, that money might be better spent.
Hello everybody, welcome to episode 6 of Tyler Reddick, and me playing as Tyler Reddick, as you are on the top lane with Bladesxonly, and we are going to Homestead Miami after doing a wonderful job at Atlanta as we got 3rd place, but again really did not show that car speed and straightaway speed, as Kevin Harvick won his first race of the year yesterday, and we are going to hopefully Kevin Harvick can build off of that and you know, get another top 10. So hopefully he can do that and kind of straighten him out, and yeah, hopefully he can build off of that and you know, get another good result, because he's been getting good results lately here. The stories of the race is Josh Bilicki got himself another top 10. So again, Josh Bilicki after Daytona is showing that he's tuning up that car, and well, his crew is tuning up that car to make it competitive and have a fast car. So he's been in the he's been qualifying in the top 10. So, but that's the stories of the race. The stories of the race, we'll see if Jimmy Johnson can get back to a winning way, and we'll see if Kevin Harvick can actually maintain that momentum that he had from Atlanta and actually get in another race under his belt. Another story of the race, as we see if Josh Bilicki can actually get a good finish after he DNF'd in Atlanta. Really did not hurt him in points, but you got to figure that that's in the back of his head, as Matt Benedetto tries to get some more points, as he's shown that he had a fast car yesterday. As Chase Elliott is kind of like, he's not really won a race this year, but he's been in the top 20 and kind of slowly having good finishes in all these races. So kind of like Chase Elliott is kind of like your sleeper driver. So let's see if he can sneak his way up to the top 10 or even win the race today here in Miami, Florida. As we're here in a day race in Miami. And we qualified. Now we qualified in the average again. Reddick really not showing that he has a good car in Atlanta, as he qualified last place, but got a kind of a break from Denny Hamlin, as Denny Hamlin forfeits his position for Denny, and that's why Reddick got in 39th place. Reddick finished 22nd in the poll today. So Reddick finished 22nd, and he actually got 20th. So again, some of the cars are going in the back because he qualified 22nd and he's starting at 20th. So again, he's starting decently. He's starting in that mid pack. Now, Reddick is going to kind of like, his crew's going to kind of loosen up the car a little bit. As you see, the slider is not in the middle. The slider is, you know, kind of like one above the default, not the default, but the middle of the slider. So again, Reddick's crew trying to test it, just trying to test things out, trying to put speed in that car, and hopefully a lot of turning speed and corner speed. You know, not so much straightaway speed, because I think the speed is there a little bit, but it's just corner speed sometimes, and not willing to feel so tight on corner entry. So here we go. We're gonna start the race at Homestead Miami as we're still in the Caterpillar gold and black paint scheme, because again, why not? So here we go. We're at Homestead Miami and see if Reddick can again, you know, get that top 10 or hopefully win a race again, and we'll see if all these drivers like Kevin Harvick can build off that momentum. Even Jimmy Johnson, you know, rebounding from having pretty bad starts, and Josh Bilicki, you know, having, after DNFing, you know, having bad starts. So we'll see. Here we go. The race is about to begin. As we're in Homestead Miami Speedway, as we see the story of the race, as Brad Keselowski is your pole winner. He claims the fastest time after DNFing, as Denny Hamlin is starting at the back as he failed optical scanning, and Kevin Harvick failed technical inspection as Kevin Harvick is starting at the back. So again, a lot of these good drivers are starting at the back. Here we go, the green flag is in the air here, and Homestead Miami, as we get our, I think this is our 5th or 6th race of the year, as we right off the back, Christopher Bell is trying to side grab Kevin Harvick. Tyler Reddick, Tyler got really tight off of turn 1 as he had to slam on his brakes and really lose valuable position. So again, he's kind of familiar with this track actually, as he's you know, as it's kind of bright here in Miami, as this is, and Reddick almost got loose off of turn 2 as he had to slam on the brakes. Again, he's going with a more looser setup this year. As Blaney, not Blaney, but what do you call that? I can't talk today, guys. As Clint Boyer got loose and trying to get underneath Reddick's bumper as he spun out. So again, a lot of indecision by these drivers, as Reddick almost got his first DNF of the year. Lucky he saved that. Very interesting in that turn right there, as you can get loose as he tried to hug the bottom of the lane and got loose down there. So again, Reddick really needs to show, and these drivers really need to show that they really need to hang on to their cars as the caution, and we're all back lined up again as Reddick lost valuable position as he started in 20th, and again he's in 30th place. So let's see if he can bounce back as the green flag is back in the air. Again, we have not seen much cautions this year. So very interesting caution of these of the racers right here, as Reddick is trying to slow down and not really, because these corners are very tight, as he tries to get underneath or get on top of Joey Gates, and he's burning right off that good straightaway speed, as Joey Gates never had a chance, as we try to get behind Daniel Suarez, who had a bad day at Atlanta DNF, as again, Reddick really needs to be careful about this corner, this turn right here, and that's where he almost slipped And almost to the left is you see Reagan coming up here. So Reddick really had to check up on Reagan, and Reagan checked up in front of him as they almost go 3 wide through the turn here. And I forgot what turn that is. As we try to get by Harrison Burton. And look at Ricky Stenhouse. Ricky Stenhouse is going. We are 3 wide through the turn as Reddick really showing that good straightaway speed. Again, the crew loosened up the car a little bit because Reddick was worried about straightaway speed because he was losing a lot of straightaway speed on Atlanta. So as we see Cole Custer up here, as Cole Custer did pretty below Cole Custer's standards, as Cole Custer is trying to slow Reddick down. Reddick trying to feed off of his, get his draft and go down low, as we see Jimmy Johnson in the top 28 in Matt Kenseth, and there he is, Austin Dillon. So maybe we can get Austin going and give Austin buck draft, and hopefully Austin can bounce back because he has not really shown that he the Austin of old. He's not really shown that he can really wants to contend this year, as we get past our RCR teammate in Austin Dillon, because he would have gotten back to him. He probably would have just slowed us down again. Really have to be careful with this track right here, and really have to not rely on buck drafts, because again, Homestead, very dangerous track. As you can see, there's already been an accident here with almost Boyer getting underneath Reddick and trying to, I don't know what he was trying to do, but he almost caused an accident, and he really caused an accident with himself and spun out. As we get right beside Eric Jones, and we had to slow down immensely, and we get by Eric Jones. So again, the car is showing more speed, but just more of the same, as we run a 33.148 on our lap time. So again, very slow start coming out of the to start the race. Again, Reddick has been facing this all year as we try to get past Ryan Priest. Ryan tries to show that good horsepower as we beat him off the corner. So again, Reddick is getting, car seems to a little bit faster than Atlanta, as he was just getting absolute torch from the straightaway speed, on the straightaways and in the corners. He was absolutely getting turned, as Kurt Busch actually came in 2nd place, as him and Reddick in Atlanta were working well together. They were absolutely working well together, as you see a wall forming here as they go almost 3 or 4 wide in the turn. And very exciting to see that. And you know, especially these tracks are known to go for wide, as we see Elliott kind of sneaking up on the standings. He's got that good paint scheme, and that Hooters paint scheme. As you know, Elliott drives in the Truck Series this year too. So in the Xfinity champion, Reddick is showing that good speed, that good horsepower that he absolutely missed in Atlanta. If he would have had that horsepower in Atlanta, he could have gotten himself another third win of the year, as he is coming up on the lap there, as we run our not the fastest lap, but we're slowing down from the previous lap. So these cars are very they're kind of like slowing down immensely. So again, Reddick trying to ride the top and just trying to dive bomb towards that bottom there, but he really can't do that because of the tire grip. As you check out the tires here, tires look pretty good. As we run our fastest lap of the race, which was a 33.09 or 0.6. I don't know, guys. It goes pretty fast, so I can't really put my eye, because I'm trying to put my eye on the road, so that as we're using, again, the controller, we are using the controller in this race and not the wheel. Again, guys, I will use the wheel. I want to use the wheel in Texas. So next race will be in Texas. So I'll probably use the wheel in the next race. You know, I really some of these tracks, I just feel comfortable. I don't really feel comfortable. Well, I do feel comfortable with the wheel, but you know, as far as I just sometimes some tracks in this game, I just don't feel like the wheel benefits you more than the controller. So I'm just using a controller instead of the wheel. As we get past Martin Truex Jr. as we step on Joey Logano, who's in 4th place, who actually came in 4th place in Atlanta. So Reddick came in 3rd place and actually has a lot of not a personal rivalry with Logano, but sort of a showmanship rivalry with Logano. Joey came in 4th place and Reddick came in 3rd. So what a bad, Joey was dominating Atlanta and actually had a good outing in Atlanta. Like I said, came in 4th. He actually was fast enough as we come up on Kalowski here, who DNF twice. We'll get an update on that as we go into that pit crew and try to figure out what's going on with Kalowski's car. The Kalowski DNF'd a couple times this year in the season, and we'll see what's wrong with his car as he tries to get in front of right on Reddick's bumper, and Reddick just kind of breaking away from him as we run a 33.072 on the lap. So again, slowing down. Reddick is slowing down as the run carries on, and again we are running a looser setup because of the straightaway speed. We are showing more speed, but we are not turning precisely, and again that could be a factor during the race as the race goes on, as really want to get loose on that entry right there. We don't know what's going on with that corner entry, but again, that entry is kind of loose over there as Reddick tries to turn in that entry, and the car wants to snap into that that corner right there. So we don't know what's going on. A lot of drivers are having trouble with that too, as we give off a bump draft, trying to get him going up to speed, because he is really slowing down. And you have to on this corner here. Maybe that's why Hoff is slowing down. He doesn't want to spin out on that corner. Again, a lot of drivers and Reddick have problems with that corner as we're coming up on lap traffic, as Blaney is in 2nd place. He's been doing really good, as him and Reddick's been doing really good this year as far as working together. Again, we've seen that in Atlanta where Reddick was helping Blaney and really gave Harvick his first win. Actually, Harvick didn't say anything to Reddick after the race, kind of like gave him that nod like thank you, and that was it. Harvick, not a very comical character. He's really laid back and doesn't really show much emotion on race days. So he just gave Reddick a nod like, you know, thank you, and Reddick kind of gave him a nod back. So Harvick showed his appreciation, and Kurt Busch, as he helped Kurt Busch get in position too, as we go into another turn and we see Kyle Busch, who is in that wonderful paint scheme that he was in yesterday in Atlanta. So again, a lot of these drivers are looking for position as Kyle Busch gets caught in lap traffic in front of Harrison Burton and Michael McDowell, as Michael McDowell is back in his original paint scheme, as Kyle Busch tries to get right underneath Tyler Reddick and shows good horsepower as he takes the lead back. Reddick did not like that and actually is going to burn Busch off the straightaway here and get first position back. Kyle Busch is trying to actually win a race this year. He's not won a race this year. He's been in kind of like not even the respectability as far as the staying point, not point, but really, you know, Kyle Busch doing really decent this year. And to some drivers, that's a good year. But in Kyle's case, he told us that that's not even respectability for him, as he's really used to winning races and actually and getting into that top 10 or having good strong finishes. So Kyle really struggling this year, but in some drivers that's a good year. But in Kyle's case, he said that's a disappointing year for him, as the season is not going the way planned. As we come up on another turn, as Reddick again in first place, and Reddick trying to be consistent and getting those top 10s and trying to get those wins. If you're in the top 10 all through the race, you'll have a chance to actually win the race, and that's all Reddick wants to do this year: stay consistent and wanting to win races. As he kisses the wall a little bit, got really super tight on that entry right there as we go into the turn. And Reddick doesn't want to go 3 wide here. He's respecting the track temperature of the track. He feels like the track is a little bit slippery, and the track temperature has a huge effect on turning and whether if you can turn or not. And you see these drivers, they're not really taking the risk of turning, and that's the track temperature here in Homestead, as the tires are fighting with the track. And got to figure with air and all that stuff that Reddick doesn't want to take any chances of going 3 wide and trying to pass him. And actually, he does pass him. And as he gets past Matt Kenseth here, and here comes Boyer. Now Boyer again was involved in that incident crash during the middle of the race, or during the start of the race. We don't know what that is about. As he went underneath Reddick's bumper, and I don't know what was going on, but Reddick slammed on his brakes and kind of got off of pit road. It was right among pit road, and Boyer spun out. So we don't know what's going on with Clint Boyer, if he got loose or anything. We don't know anything with Clint Boyer. So we'll get some updates on Clint's condition and why he or his pit crew or his chief or his spotter, his crew chief, to know why he made that decision and if he was trying to do that intentionally to Tyler Reddick. So again, Tyler started in the middle of the pack, kind of got bumped out of ways as he lost positions, and he kind of gained it right back after, after the course of the run, as this is our longest green flag run of the race here. As again, Christopher Bell is in the top 20 as we try to get underneath Christopher. A very interesting track here in Homestead. It's a very wide track, but very hard, not really to turn. It's just very I don't know, it feels like you can't turn when you're near a car. Like if your car is on top, it's kind of hard to get underneath them because the track is so slippery, and it feels like you want to, spin out, or if your car's getting loose. That's what it feels like. And you see Timmy Hill, something happened to Timmy Hill, as he's absolutely having a horrible year, starting at the back. No, starting, just finishing in the back of the pack, as we see his hood is smashed up. So we don't know, maybe that caution, he was involved in that caution. He didn't want to lose any position, and his crew didn't want him to lose any position, as Tyler runs that bottom lane like a champion, and he tries to go up and tries to hug that wall there and get underneath Quinn Hall, as Quinn Hall gets a DNF in Atlanta. and Start Time Racing really not doing that well this year. Other than even in super speedways, some of these unknown drivers can sneak out a win, or even good, have good outcomes and really good, as far as positioning, and they can get into the top 10 or top 20. But Quinn Hawk this year, really not doing that good, and really not having a good respectability for Start Time Racing. As here comes another one at DNF, as Brian Priest DNF yesterday, as he's back in the top 20 and looking to get points. Brian Priest is behind on points. He's really looking to get up there, as him and his Jack Doherty teammate, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., really not doing that good this year either, as Jack Doherty Racing is really not showing up this year, as he thought that would affect. Thought that would change with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Really, leaving Roush Racing and signing as a free agent with Jack Doherty Racing, and really a prize pickup for Doherty Racing, as Ricky Stenhouse is a very good driver. As you get up underneath Alex Bowman, who's driving that Valvoline paint scheme, as we've seen him changing paint schemes here. We haven't seen that Valvoline, that nice, good Valvoline paint scheme in a couple races, as Jimmy Johnson wants to get back to respectability, as he's in 16th place. So after that good season start with Jimmy winning Daytona, kind of fell back down to earth, and really not having, as Reddick tries to give him bump traps just to try to get Jimmy going, and Jimmy really not really doing that good and not really finishing well, as shows that good horsepower in that number 48 car, but Reddick gonna burn him right off the straightaway here as we get past Hurst and Burton. So again, different outcomes of the race as we jump to here in Miami, Florida, where Reddick had trouble on straightaways and quarter speed all race long in Atlanta yesterday afternoon. But today it's different, as he's showing that good speed. Again, they loosened up the car after qualifying, after he had a pretty average qualifying. He qualified 22nd, and then he was starting 20th. So some of these guys like Harvick and Hamlin again went to the back, as you see Bladesxonly here, as he really dropped back from having a bad start. He qualified, I think it was 5th or 4th, I think, as he's really showing that he has a really bad car throughout the year. Ever since Daytona, Bladesxonly, and having that horrible start yesterday as DNFing, and you see Kurt Busch in the top 10. As Reddick gets loose there, as he was going on the pit road there, almost went into pit road and lost valuable positions over that. He felt like the car was getting loose. And that's what can happen when you run a loose setup, as he's behind another rookie in Bladesxonly, who's in 13th, and that's really below Bladesxonly standards that he wants right here. As Reddick almost got loose there and didn't want to spin out, and that's why he slowed down, as he got behind Bush's bumper and got loose there. We don't know what's going on with that. Like I said, it could be track temperature is having a big effect on these tires, just like in Miami, not Miami, but Atlanta, when we did, when the whole pack was doing a lot of pitting because of the bumpiness of the track. They had to go into that pit and pit way more sooner than what they wanted to. It's a very different outcome here in Miami, Florida, where the track feels a lot more slipperier, and you lose grip on your tires, and you start to feel like you're getting loose. So that's what Reddick did. He felt like he was getting loose and didn't want want to spin out. So it didn't hurt him on position because he's got a huge amount of lead against Ryan Blaney here. So lucky Ryan Blaney was not around Reddick when that happened, because if that could have been the case, Ryan Blaney could have snuck right under, took Reddick's position, and really, you know, set himself up to have a kind of break away from Reddick, and Reddick's going to ride the top here and let Ryan Newman have the bottom as they meet on the turn. And again, Blaney just goes right by, Reddick goes right by the Rocket Man, as he really had to check up with David Reagan. David Reagan checked up right in front of him, Reddick really had to slow down and slam on his brakes to prevent making contact. As we go into the turn again, and we see Matt Kenseth, who really, during the start of the year, he was really doing good. You know, even doing better than his racing teammate, Kurt Busch, really representing Chip Ganassi Racing really well. And then after, I don't know, after Vegas, he kind of fell off. He had a good showing out in Vegas, came in the top 5 in Vegas, and then went to Phoenix and DNF. And after Phoenix, he went to Atlanta, which was yesterday, and he really didn't have a good outing either, as he struggled with control of his car, so he had to really lay off of that gas and really give up position to that. Again, you know, Reddick felt like he wanted to get loose again. So again, on these corner entries, as you see Harvick in first, 6th place, and he won. He finally won. So the stress is off Harvick right now as he won. All Harvick's trying to do is be consistent and be in the top 10, and that's what he's doing right now. He's being in that top 10. He's trying to stay out of black taps and trouble. As Reddick almost, again, when you run these looser setups, your car is fast, but hard to control, and that's what Reddick is fighting with right now. His car is really, really fast, and it seems like he's got a really good car. Again, they loosened up that car, but again, he really has to slow down on these corners, because he's really not, you know, his car is going so fast that he's really felt like he wants to go into the grass or spin out. Basically, his front tires are kind of turning a little bit too much because the car is freed up, looser. So maybe in the next pit stop he can tighten up that wedge a little bit, and he won't feel so loose. And I think that's what his pit crew is going to do. His spotters up there seeing how Reddick is driving the car and turning the car. And Reddick really needs to lift off the throttle on these turns so he won't spin out, because the tires, the front tires are turning a little bit too much in the back, and that's how you can spin out. As you get past Daniel Suarez, as we're coming up on another turn, and we see Eric Jones, who again staying consistent for Joe Gibbs Racing, because he's consistently being in top 20 and top 10, and that's all he can ask for. So great job by Eric Jones of staying consistent. He's the only one that stayed consistent for Joe Gibbs right now, as Martin Truex and Kyle Busch is finally waking up, but they need to win a race. Again, still very early in the season. We figured that Martin Truex is going to win a race because he's a very good road course driver. So we got to figure when these road courses start to come up in the schedule, that he's really going to take advantage of that and start winning some races on road courses. So Truex is really not worried about winning these tracks so early. He knows that he has the capability to win on short tracks, and that's what he's trying to do. Same thing with Busch. Busch is really not worried. As we're actually, after this race is over in Miami, we go to Texas. So Kyle Busch, Rowdy Kyle Busch. Rowdy is really not really worried about, because he had a lot of success in Texas. So hopefully he can finally get his first win in Texas as Chris Buescher dropped down in the middle of the pack. You know, after that good strong showing in Atlanta, he got back to respectability, and actually he got in front of his off with his Roush teammate Ryan Newman as they finished. I forgot when they finished, but Chris Buescher was in front of Ryan Newman for that standing as we come on lap 215. And again, Reddick really not trying to go that fast. Got a huge lead. He's really not trying to go that fast. Got a fast car. He said he wanted to see what would happen, because you know the car's been a little bit tight as we try to get Ricky Stenhouse up there, and Ricky is nodding and saying thank you, Tyler, as Tyler gets past Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ricky really not doing good this year. He needs to win. And just like Truex Jr., as I said, that he's a very good super speedway guy. You know, Talladega and Daytona's coming up later on in the year. So maybe he can get that win there, or maybe even on the road course as we come up on Brad Keselowski. He's had bad luck this year as far as his car. He DNF'd in Atlanta after that. And actually we got an update on that as he spun out in front of Reddick as he was going on to the turn, as Reddick's going to put some of these guys a lap down. This has been a long green flag run, and Reddick's going to try to take advantage of that and get that. And Joey shows class and not even touch Reddick. He's going to let Reddick pass. So what a great classmanship by Joey Logano. As he shows he's having a lot of respect for Reddick. And actually Blaney is going to actually be catching up to Blaney here. But back to Keselowski here. Keselowski, if he continues to have this sort of success in this race and have a good finish to this race, he can get back into the point standings, and he can get back to respectability, as he's been fighting with his car on race day the whole couple races here. As we get past Justin Haley here, coming on Joey Gates, and again his racing teammate, no, not his racing teammate, but I thought that was Austin Dillon, as we go up on Cole Custer. But back on Brad Keselowski's update of him DNFing yesterday in Atlanta, as we get past underneath Cole Custer here. Brad said, Brad's crew chief said that it wasn't, that as he was coming up on the turn, he turned a little bit too much, and the front tires, the front two tires got loose, and he spun out. Because as you see, it wasn't Reddick's fault. Reddick was up top, and Brad was kind of like down low, and he was right in front of Eric Jones, or right behind Eric Jones, and as he was trying to pass Jones through the turn, he got on that apron, and his front tires, his front tires actually got in the way, got on that apron, and he slipped, and that's why he DNF'd. So that's why he DNF'd yesterday. That's what his pit crew said, as Tyler Reddick tried to get in front of get in front of that lap traffic. That was that Chad Benson tried to pinch down and get in front of and tried to take Reddick's lane away, which we don't know why Chad's doing that. He has no business of even trying to pinch down and block Reddick. Reddick's way ahead in front of Fincham. Fincham is a couple laps down. There's no reason for Fincham to pinch down like that and try to block Reddick. So what a bad sportsmanship by Chad Fincham there. But back on Keselowski, that's what the crew chief said on Brad Keselowski. As you can see, if you go back on the video, as we passed Kalicki and passed Austin Dillon and Sustain here, these what was it gonna, I can't talk right now. Brad Keselowski, yeah, as Brad Keselowski's crew chief said that he got loose on his own, so Eric Jones was not the cause of Brad Keselowski DNFing in Atlanta. It was Brad Keselowski going too far on the apron, and when he got too far on the apron, those front tires turned a little bit too much, and he lost control. As we come up on Blaney, and gonna put Blaney a lap down, and Blaney's been him and Reddick have really been working well together this year. After that huge win in Phoenix and that huge payout that Reddick got for Richard Childress Racing, Blaney came up and gave Reddick a hug. He said, nice win, Tyler, and gave Reddick a hug. So what a great sportsmanship by Blaney, and you know, really trying to help. He's really trying to not like mentor Reddick, but he's really trying to be there for Reddick on the track and even off the track. So what a great sportsmanship and showmanship done by Ryan Blaney, showing a lot of class and veteranship there. And that's what it is with Blaney, as we see our first caution of the race here. But that's what we see with Blaney here. Blaney doing a wonderful job of not a wonderful job, but just having great sportsmanship on the track, and not only on the track, off the track. As Tyler Reddick's spotters and crew chief said that he's gonna make that pit stop, as we're not gonna fix the damage here. We're gonna try to put a wedge on that on this car here. Try to put around a wedge just to have a little bit of stability, as Ryan Blaney got the free pass. Everybody's a lap down and maybe 2 laps down. So here we go, green flags back in the air here in Miami as we're in the restart zone, and we have 201 laps to go, as Kyle Busch is right there. So we'll see if that round of wedge is going to help Tyler Reddick, and Tyler Reddick tries to watch Joey from the top there, and it seems like they're doing a pretty good job of it, as you know, that round of wedge is putting that good stability on that car, because as you see at the beginning, the car was feeling loose there. Reddick knew that and really didn't want to take any chances with that wedge, as he had to slow down tremendously on this corner here. That's going to give Kurt Busch a opportunity to pass Reddick, and actually pass Reddick with ease. So Reddick just going to stay on the bottom here and not follow Busch, as Brad Keselowski cuts right in front of Reddick, as Reddick has a lot of respect for Penske drivers here. Oh, as Almirola trying to push Blaney there, and got loose. Lucky, that's the second time that the Stuart Haas teammates have actually been in that situation. We've seen Boyer do that, and now we see Almirola do that. So we don't know what's going on with that, but that really is uncalled for with Almirola. Almirola should have never have done that, should have never have been that aggressive to try to pass Reddick in that turn, and even in that situation. So what a bad play by Almirola there for trying to force and pass Tyler like that. Should have never even done that. We've seen Boyer do that earlier on in the race, as BJ McLeod tries to cross up Reddick. Reddick's not having it, going to burn BJ right off of that straightaway. So what a great job of speed by Reddick here, as some of these guys are trying to get to the lap back, and that's what they're doing, and that's what I think what Almirola did. Almirola was so aggressive in trying to get past Reddick and trying to get that lap back, that he tries to, you know, not really cause an accident, but, you know, was going to cause an accident, as that wedge is really paying off for Reddick. Reddick is really having that good stability. We know it. We don't know if Reddick would have never did that, never would have put around a wedge on his car, that if he would have never even had stability to even save the car when Almirola were underneath him and did that. So we don't know if that would have, you know, if Reddick would have never even saved the car. As that was a pretty much dirty move by Almirola of doing that. He really needs to slow down and not be so aggressive on trying to pass Reddick, especially from the bottom. That's when accidents can happen. So what a great save by Reddick, but what poor sportsmanship by Almirola. As you see, Almirola really not having a good year with Stewart Haas Racing. Maybe that's why he's trying to be so aggressive, trying to get his lap back, but he's doing it in a wrong way, as Reddick's trying to side grab Truex Jr., and he finally gets past Almirola, and he does it with class, not even trying to make contact with Almirola after what Almirola did to him. So what a great classmanship by Reddick, and not forcing any contact with Almirola. And that's just true class by Tyler Reddick, and absolutely makes Almirola look like a dumbass in that situation. Excuse my language. As we come up on the straightaway here in Homestead, Miami, as we see Harvick, who's won his first race for Stewart Haas Racing. Speaking of Stewart Haas, he's won his first race of the year in Atlanta, as he's went by Joey and trying to side grab Joey and get by Logano, but not really having much success. Really good strategy here by Harvick. Harvick had a fast car yesterday, like a lot of these people. I mean, a lot of these drivers had a fast car, as we're going to get underneath Logano here and Harvick here, and he kind of cut in front of. I kind of do a dirty move, cut in front of Logano there, and took Logano's anyway, but Logano's going to cross Reddick right back up, as Reddick is trying to get past Harvick and trying to get right underneath Joey again. Joey showing that good horsepower as he's trying to keep up with Reddick, but Reddick throws him right off the trial wall here in Miami, and shows that good horsepower and gets right past Logano. So what a great job for Logano of crossing up Reddick and trying to take away, but did not have that good speed to break away from Reddick, and Reddick got right back underneath Logano and Harvick and passed them both with class. So what a great job by Reddick here, as he's trying to get past Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski, as hopefully Brad can bounce back and have a good outing here in Miami. As you can see, he's never won here in Miami. He's only won here one time. I think Brad's won here one time. I'm not sure, guys, if that's true or not. So don't sacrifice me if I get things a little bit unaccurate. But I believe Brad Keselowski's never won here in Miami. He's won one championship here. I think that was in 2012. So again, don't sacrifice me if I get it wrong. But Brad has really not had much success here in Miami. He won here, I think, one time, and that was it. So, but he's doing a hell of a job of, being competitive after DNFing twice in this season, and it really it seems like he's got a fast car. It seems like he's got that good car, and it seems like the pit crew finally figured out about that car and really tuned it up and make that car competitive, a full line competitive racing. As we go on this turn here, and coming up on lap traffic again, so some of these guys are going to be a couple laps down, as we get they had to make a pit stop, and that's why they were a lap down, and Reddick didn't have to make a pit stop because, again, his tires were not that worn. So as we come up on Timmy Hill fixed that damage on his car, but still kind of just swaying back and just slow as we go turning here, and we go up high. And again, Tyler Reddick loves that high lane. As we go down low, and he was in front of us, Joey Gates, as he's trying to slow us down. So Reddick's saying in his mind, damn lap traffic. As we come back on who DNF'd yesterday in Atlanta, and Chad Fincham, who did that kind of dirty move on Reddick, and kind of try to take Reddick's lane away when Fincham is a couple laps down. He had no business of blocking Reddick like that. So again, a lot of drivers doing some unnecessary stuff here, and uncalled for stuff, like Boyer earlier on in the race caused that first caution to occur very, very early in the race, and then Amarola, when he was trying to get his lap back, try to force Reddick and almost cause an accident. Again, trying to be way too aggressive. Amarola needs to slow down and try to pass Reddick legitly, and pass Reddick in class instead of having no class and try to cause an accident, because that's what could have occurred, an accident. As we get right beside Harrison Burton and Chris Butcher as we pass them with that good bit of horsepower. Now, again, in Atlanta, we did not see that. We did not see that horsepower from Reddick. We did not see that good restart speed from Reddick. Reddick loosened up the car before the race even started, and is showing signs of a good car, showing signs of a fast car. So again, Reddick is burning these guys off the straightaways and corners. He's definitely that good corner speed too. So what a great job on this number 8 crew in tuning up that car and figuring out how to put a little bit more speed in the car, so he can be able to contend with his opponents here with speed, because that's what was happening yesterday. These guys were burning Reddick off the straightaways and corner speed. As he loosened up the car, and then at that pit stop, he put a round of wedge in there for the stability, because he felt like the car was getting loose and didn't want to get too loose and spin out. As you come up on Cole Custer here, you have to slow down for Cole. You don't want to make contact with Cole. And as you put around a wedge, and Reddick is really happy with the adjustment that the pit crew did, of putting around a wedge and putting some stability on this car. Reddick is thrilled that he can run up high now and have that good stability, because in the beginning of the race he was all over the place a little bit. As you can, like, again, you can run the top here in Miami. You can run the top just like an auto club in Las Vegas. You can run the top and stay up on top because of the banking, and the banking is so high, and you really don't need to go down low. I wouldn't say down low. You really don't need to go down low that often, not unless you are trying to make a pass from another car. So what a great job by Tyler, as Matt Kenseth, Renegade buying it, tries to go right underneath Matt Kenseth and gets past Matt Kenseth with ease as he comes to come out on another lap. And again, getting slower and slower on lap time. Now you get to figure that's not Reddick's fault why he's going slower and slower. He needs to check up a lot on these corners, because these drivers are checking up in front of him. They're checking up tremendously, trying to slow Reddick down. And Reddick, so it's really not Reddick's fault or the car's fault why it's so slow. He really needs to slow. He's slowing down on the corners because these guys are in front of him and they're checking up on him. So Reddick has to slow down, and when he crosses the finish line for the lap, his lap time is really suffering because of that, because of the drivers in front of him are checking up, and he's going to get past and go through wide and past Nemechek and Boyer and his racing teammate Austin Dillon from RCR with ease as he comes up on another corner, which is Eric Jones. So Eric Jones, you know, staying in that top 20 and staying in that consistency with Joe Gibbs Racing as we go down low and try to pass him and do it successfully. So again, Reddick really happy with the wedge adjustment from that pit crew as he has a lot of stability in his car. And again, you know, why Reddick could be slowing down and really have an effect on his lap time is the damage. He got damage on that right front. So again, another way that the wind around the track, like, you know, the wind is pushing up on the car. So again, that can have an effect on the top speed because the wind is hitting the aero of the car and the aero is damaged and got holes. And again, that air is going to go right into them holes and slow you down. So that's why it could be another reason why he's not having that top speed. As again, we got the 33.822. So again, very slow and really not showing much speed. But Reddick is in first place. He's been in first place the entire time, half of the race. As again, you get past Richard Gravel and Ryan Preece. Really didn't see that as Reddick turned right there. Really didn't see that in the beginning of the race because of how loose the car was. He was not able to make that turn in the beginning because of, you know, he has a new setup right now. But he went in there and tightened up that wedge and really made some stability on the car and made the car a little tighter. So, you know, it's paying off for him. As you know, he did that too to be able to do that, and he also did that to, you know, like as the run goes on, we have a lot of green flag runs without any caution. So there's a lot of green flag runs here. As the tires start to wear down, he would have good stability still on the tires. So what a great job by Tyler Reddick with recognizing that and telling his pit crew and telling his crew chief, hey, you know, I need some wedge on my car because I feel like on the long runs are getting loose. And what a great job by this pit crew of you know, recognizing that and putting that wedge on there for Reddick as we go to another lap. And we got 173 laps to go here in Miami. Again, Miami Homestead, not a very, got like 200 and something laps. So very different from Phoenix and Atlanta, where Atlanta was a 325 lap, or 325 or 26 laps. As we get another yellow flag. So very different from Homestead, Miami to Atlanta, as we are going to pit with the rest of the crew as Kurt Boyer's not pitting. So, and Chase Elliott, DNF. So we will get a report on Chase Elliott and why he DNF as we take 4 tires, and we're gonna refix that damage. As we're just gonna refix the damage because that's probably why Tyler is not having great speed, as Ryan Blaney is on lead lap and Kyle Busch got the free pass. So Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch is on lead lap. As we're back here at Homestead Miami as Ryan Blaney leads the lap here in Miami. He's trying to get that good side draft from Reddick's panel and does his inspection, as Tyler's really trying to get right beside Blaney's panel to try to get that good draft, but really didn't do that good, that successfully as Brad slows down immensely and gets that, tries to follow his racing teammate as Joey Logano got right past Joey. I mean, I can't talk today, guys. As Joey Logano got past Tyler Reddick from underneath. As Tyler's losing a bunch of positions, a bunch of ground, but luckily these guys are a couple laps down. So again, Reddick can afford to give up those positions because again, they really don't mean anything as Josh Galicki. There goes that guy again, Josh Galicki. Joshua is in the top 10, even though he's a couple laps down. So what a great job. We'll get an update on Chase Elliott and why he's DNF. And again, a lot of these drivers have had a lot of mechanical problems this year. A lot of DNFs, and these guys are not getting on track. See Amarola gives Reddick a push after that blunder of a push off the restart that Amarola did when he tried to get underneath Bush. I mean, not Bush, but Reddick. And almost caused an accident because Amarola was too aggressive with trying to pass Reddick. And he should have really never did that until this time. As Reddick's on fresh tires and fresh fuel and is ready for the long run as we try to get past the Rocket Man here. And we're going to try to do that up on the top there, but really can't do that. And Ryan got that good horsepower from the bottom. He just powers his way past Reddick from the top. See Reddick here trying to work up top here in Miami. You can work up top, you just got to have good horsepower and speed. And Reddick's showing that. Reddick's showing that, and he's got that good horsepower and speed now, and that good stability. Other than he did not do that in Miami, Atlanta. He had good stability in Miami. Just didn't show that good speed like he is now. So again, have to adjust from track to track to track on your setup here. Again, we just ran our fastest lap of the race. So again, on the short runs we're fast, but on the longer runs we're getting slower, but still fast and methodical. So we're not going that slow, we're going semi-fast on the long ones, but we're really fast on the resets. Oh, as Truex blows a tire, something goes up that wall there. We don't know why Truex blew a tire, but he ran smack right into that wall. As, oh man, that was a shot that Truex took as we get another caution. So we're not gonna pit because we have no time, but what a shot by Truex there. As the green flag is back in the air here in Miami. So again, we might see Truex, if he's DNF, as Ryan Blaney is right beside us as we try to give separation. That's what Reddick wants. Reddick wants separation from these guys, but again, these guys have pitted and took them the fresh tires and really wants to blow by Reddick as they go 3 wide. They go 3 wide during the turn here in Miami. Reddick had to slow down. Didn't want to go full speed. There he is, that Mr. Reliable Man, Ryan Blaney, is right beside him as he tries to get past Reddick, and Reddick allows Blaney to do that. Great sort of craftsmanship. He has a lot of respect for Blaney, and so does Blaney. Blaney has a lot of respect for Reddick as they're trying to duel up top here. as Kurt Busch and Brad Keselowski looking for a win here in Miami. Again, he's not real successful here. Really said really weird dimensions of the track. Said he really doesn't feel comfortable with the track. And that's why he's not been real successful here in Miami. As we go past our Atlanta Speedway winner, Kevin Harvick. As you see Kevin Harvick down up there, he got his first win of the year. As we clear Harvick here, we didn't really clear him, we just got past him as Harvick not really showing good speed today. Not like Atlanta when he was burning Reddick off the straightaways and corners, and it seems like Reddick was burning him off. But again, showing a semi-decent speed as Harvick here, and tried to get under past Reddick here, as Reddick is trying to catch up to, I believe that, yeah, Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney and Brad Keselowski, as he got kind of loose there. Again, the air, the dirty air is affecting Reddick. As Ryan as leaders up here, as their dirty air is affecting Tyler Reddick's car from the air that's around him. And again, Kevin Harvick is having an effect on that spoiler, on Reddick's spoiler. So that's kind of why Reddick felt loose there. But again, that wedge that he did for the adjustment really paid off, and he was able, Tyler was able to save the car from having a big accident as we're coming up and trying to clear Harvick. Harvick is just right there. He's not really going anywhere. Just staying right with Reddick here, as that's what Reddick's trying to do. As another another caution has occurred. So again, a lot of cautions are occurring as Logano's back on the lead lap, and so is Harvick. So again, Logano's back on the lead lap, as we're not going to pit because there's no sense of us pitting, as Kyle Busch in the front of the row is actually pitting Brad and Blaney. So Reddick probably will be back in first place after the caution here. Okay. Again, so we moved up 3 spots. So we are back in the green flag is back in the air here at Homestead Miami, as again Reddick leads another lap as we try to get up to speed here and show that good horsepower, as Kyle Busch does not want anything to do with Tyler Reddick, as he just backs away and says, go ahead and take it, buddy, as Reddick is going to go to his preferred spot here and just try to be up in this lane here. He's going to let Blaney go down low here, and Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski is going to stay up top. Oh, and Logano, we didn't see Logano coming up there. Logano just made his way up there. He's going to say, hey, these are my Penske teammates, and I'm going to be right by them, support them. So what a great job by Joey of showing that good speed and being right in front of his Penske teammates. As kind of Kyle Busch is kind of hang out to dry there. He's got no help. He's surrounded by nothing but Penske drivers, as he is in second place. So he's right behind Blaney. So what a great job by Kyle Busch, trying to win his first. Again, trying to win that first race of the year, and get him a good playoff spot, like Kevin Harvick did. Like Kevin Harvick yesterday, as Kevin Harvick is in the playoffs. Finally first got that win, but again, not trying to be too complex with his results. He wants to finish strong and finish in top 10s and 20s and even win races this year. So what a great job by Kevin Harvick. But that's what Kyle Busch is trying to do. Kyle Busch is trying to do what Kevin Harvick did yesterday, as he won his first race. So what a great job by all these drivers of doing that. As Reddick is trying to catch up to Keselowski and Joey Logano and Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney here as we go to the leaderboard. As you see, Reddick is really, I don't know. It seems like his car is fast, and then it seems like his car is kind of really not that bad. As the leaders are breaking away from Reddick here, and that could be sort of the draft. You know, they are kind of in front of Reddick here. Reddick does not have draft anybody here, or he does not have any kind of draft to help him pull, you know, and even stay with the pack. So he kind of like left out to dry by the front of the road here, as he has no draft, and that's why they got a you know, a 2-point something or 2.2 and 2-point lead on him, because he has no draft, and he really needs to stay in the draft to be able to contend and catch up. And that's what we're talking about here with Reddick. I mean, with going from track to track to track. You really need to learn how to adjust, because every track is not the same. And Reddick is knowing that, as he's trying to, you know, catch up to Joey Logano, and trying to, you know, get his draft so he can catch up and try to take the lead back, because he's kind of catching up to him, but really, again, slow, methodically catching up to him. And again, it's the element of the track, and as we just ran our best lap, not our fastest lap, but our best lap after the restart. So again, we're catching up, and we're getting into Logano's draft a little bit. So we're catching up to the pack just by a hair, as we try to hug the bottom line here. So that's where they're all going. They're going up top, moving, dropping, dive bombing into that bottom lane. So as we're exceeding our lap time, as we get on top of Logano, as Logano's not buying it, it gives him a huge bump and says don't do that, as Reddick's not phased and gets past Logano. So what a great job by Reddick of not panicking. Again, Reddick has to slow down immensely on these corners, on these turns, because again, he does not want to fall out and have a crash. So again, that pit adjustment that he did earlier when he put that round of wedge on, that was a great decision by his crew and Reddick of knowing, hey, you know, if the long run comes, I want stability, and that's what he's doing as he's trying to get in Kowalski's drafting past him, and almost did, but again, really didn't do anything because a caution has occurred. So again, do we want to pit or do we want to stay out there? His pit crew's telling him to pit, so we're going to pit here. We're going to take all 4 tires. We're not going to replace the damage here. We're going to take 1 can of fuel, and that's it. So as soon as he was coming up on Brad, that's when the caution occurred. So again, but will it affect us? No, it won't, because we've shown that we have good speed, and that's all that really counts.
Have a good day. Stay sharp. Go, go, go. Outside, outside.
As the green flag back in the air here in Miami, as Blaney and Bush try to side draft each other, then Blaney's going to win that matchup. Ooh, and you try to side grab Bush here. And again, Reddick getting reduced on the corner entries. That's why he has to slow down. As Reddick gets loose, his contact was made with Bush there, with Reddick.
Alright, clear outside. Outside by himself. Left side.
So again, left side with Logano here, as we're dueling it out with Busch here, but as we're dueling it out with Busch, Logano just came up. We show a lot of horsepower. Wow, look at that horsepower. As we try to clear Busch, we do clear Busch and Logano, but Logano's going to cross Reddick right over, try to get in front of his Penske teammate. So what a great job by Tyler Reddick of showing that good horsepower, showing that good speed, and trying to clear Busch and Logano right through the middle. What a great show of speed by Tyler Reddick as Kyle Busch tries to give Reddick a push. And Blaney's just going to ride up top here and just give him a great opportunity, trying to really set up Logano and get Logano. Oh, as Busch got loose, Reddick got loose there. And again, that entry right there is very, very cautious there. Got to be cautious with that. As he tried to push Reddick and got loose. So this is the second time that happened on that entry, on that corner. So we are definitely going to pit here, as did massive damage to the right front. Again, Reddick got lucky, and hopefully, he did not DNF after Busch tried to push him in there, and Reddick slammed on his brakes. If Reddick would have never slammed on his brakes, Reddick would have hit that wall. And yeah, that would have been very, very dangerous. We really didn't lose a spot. We lost 2 spots as we fixed the damage on the car. But again, just like Atlanta, these drivers really need to stop drafting on these corners here. There's no reason for Busch to draft Reddick at that time. So what a horrible decision by the veteran Busch of trying to draft Reddick. And Reddick is trying to, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like when they do that. So again, this is the second, this was the 5th time that happened. It happened with Almirola, but not so much of a big factor with Almirola, because Almirola didn't draft Busch like that. But what a bad play by Busch. Busch is a veteran. He knows that. He knows he made a mistake. He should have never did that with Tyler Reddick. That is bad sportsmanship by Kyle Busch there, of trying to draft Reddick in that turn there. And guys, I don't like that about this game. That's one thing about this game that the AI would do. They would try to draft you in corners. And again, Busch doing the same thing that he did with Tyler Reddick before, trying to push him to the front on the corner. Really needs to lay off of that. Really, there's no need for him to even push Reddick in that situation on the turns, because you're already turning and you can actually spin out, because you are turning your wheel when your front 2 wheels are turning, and as you're turning, you're getting a big push from behind, and you can have a lot of momentum and spin out. And that's what Busch did. I don't think Busch did that intentionally. I think he was just trying to push Reddick towards the front. As we go 130 laps to go, unlike Almirola, when Almirola was trying to be so aggressive with, Busch, with Reddick. So different outcomes with these drivers, as that turn right there is just so loose when you get into corner entry right there. Again, this track is very, very weird in corner entry. When you go into that corner, it looks like the car wants to get loose in these corners. I mean, these entries here, and you have a lot of exit velo, not exit velo, but a lot of exit speed on there, depending on how you have the corner. And Reddick is trying to really slow down on that wall there, and kind of kept from that wall. But besides with Busch and Almirola was too aggressive with Busch, with Tyler, and that was uncalled for. But the difference between Kyle Busch and Eric Almirola is Kyle Busch was trying to push Reddick up to the front. Not really trying to, not like Boyer too. Boyer tried to do the same thing, but Boyer tried to not let go of Reddick. So I don't think Kyle meant that. He was just trying to be so aggressive and try to push Reddick out there so he can get Reddick strapped, so he can have a drafting buddy in Reddick. But it just didn't work out, as Reddick knew that and felt him slipping and going into pit road, and that's why he had that accident right there. But thank God Reddick has a good pit crew, and he didn't take tires or and he took a half a can of fuel, but he fixed that damage. But that was uncalled for by Busch, as Harvick just is in second place. So what a great job by Kevin Harvick, bouncing back, or not bouncing back, but staying in that top 10 after having a huge win in Atlanta. So again, Reddick doesn't have a good lead, but he has a good sizable lead off of the restart. We see that in Atlanta too, where you know, he had good restart speed and kind of broke away from the pack. And then, you know, what messed Reddick up was the cautions. The cautions were coming and in Atlanta, and you know, he would pit, and then, you know, he just didn't have a lot of speed in that car, and he didn't have a lot of restart speed, as again he was getting burned on straightaways and corner speed all day long in Atlanta. So that was the effect of why that happened in Atlanta. But in Miami they loosened up that car, and it's a different result now. Way different result. He still has to brake on those corners there. Doesn't really want to go low. He wants to stay high here in Miami. Again, you can do that here in Miami. You can just stay up high. You can go down low, but on straightaways, and you know, you can go down high. You can stay up high. You don't have to stay low or in the middle all the time. You can be up high. That's what Tyler's doing. Tyler's trying to get that good air run, and he's got a lot of clean air in front of him. So he's going pretty good. You know, going fast. You know, he's not going semi-fast, but it feels like he's going 200 miles an hour just because of the clean air that he's got in front of him. And he's kind of breaking away from the pack, and that's what he wants to do. He wants to separate himself from the pack, as he's trying to still get that update from Chase Elliott. Why Chase DNF? So we'll get a report on that and see what happened with Elliott there. Maybe get a replay on what happened to Elliott, so we'll have a better understanding. Because again, we are just in Tyler's view, and we don't know as we go to the dash cam in Tyler's view, as you know, have his point of view of what he's seeing on the track. Oh, and you see the nice the red lights going across the glass of the car, kind of distracting for a driver to have that, you know, have those visuals on the plexiglass of the hood. So very distracting here, and he's gonna leave another lap, and again just staying consistently with them lap times, not really trying to go too fast, but really trying to you know, kind of break away and stay consistent during the pack, as he's got he's got a very good lead on Harvick here and the rest of the pack. So after the restart, Reddick again burned Busch off the restart, and Busch could not recover, and he broke away from Busch. So after the fixed damage of the car that they fixed, the damage on the car that they fixed, Reddick had a good restart as he tries to get past lap traffic here, but Timmy Hill is slowing him up. He's going to try to get past, as he looks beside Timmy Hill to try to see if Timmy is clear so he can pass Timmy, and does the job successfully. He gets past Timmy Hill. So we haven't seen much of Chastain or even his RCR teammate, Austin Dillon, who's Austin. I think that's Austin up there. No, that's Daniel Suarez. I'm sorry, Daniel Suarez. They haven't seen much of Chastain or Dillon or the middle of the pack as you hear his spotters screaming and yelling to Reddick to stay on the bottom here, as the bottom is clear and he has a whole pack of nothing but asphalt in front of him. So that's why his spotter says stay on the bottom and get that good run off the bottom as he tries to looking back and see nobody's in the back, so he can get up there, so he can get up in that top lane and kind of get up near that wall, so he can dive bomb towards that bottom, and he does it successfully as he's trying to coming up on lap traffic right here. We've got Harrison Burton and Michael McDowell over here, and Reddick looks at Michael McDowell and waves hi to him as he's trying to stay high here. And and he just looked at Ricky for a moment, took his eyes off the road and smacked right into that wall. That's what can happen when you try to look at your surroundings and look at Ricky there, as Ricky was kind of he was so distracted with Ricky looking at him. We don't know why Tyler Reddick was looking at Ricky Stenhouse. Ricky Stenhouse wasn't even a factor in these outcomes. So we don't know why Tyler Reddick is so maybe looking at Stenhouse to see if Stenhouse is going to drift up. So because he doesn't want to make contact with these guys that much. So maybe that was the case when we kind of look at Ricky to see if Ricky was going to come off that bottom lane and drift up to the middle lane. As you see Custer right here, right beside Reddick here. Reddick's going to pass him as he comes up on David Reagan, but man, he took a shot right up near that wall as we come up on Matthew Benedetto, Matthew Benedetto kind of dropping back and really in danger of giving up valuable points, because he's really not doing that bad this year. He's just inconsistent. I mean, not inconsistent, but he's just staying in, like, getting top 13 and everything, top 10, so in top 20. But he is really in danger of letting some of these drivers catch up to him and in points. He's in danger of even being out of the standings for the playoffs. So we'll see if that Matt Benedetto can turn it around in that very good historic Brother Woods car, as that Brother Woods car was pretty fast in Atlanta. I mean, it was showing great speed, had good horsepower, and Matthew Benedetto was absolutely forcing Tyler Reddick to death on straightaways and corners, corner speed. But again, very different outcome in Miami. Very different outcome with Tyler's car. Tyler's showing a good car today as they loosen it up just a little bit. And yeah, he's showing great composure and great restart speed. And this is what we're talking about with Tyler's car. Sometimes that pit crew and that crew could tune up the car so tight that, you know, it's tough to turn and tough to do anything, and then sometimes it could be really, really slow, just like in Atlanta. So very inconsistency with this pit crew, as the car, I don't know, the pit crew and the car is kind of like bipolar. So what I mean by that is not really bipolar, but like inconsistent sometimes. Like they'll have a fast car one race, and then the next race they won't have. They'll have a decent car, and then the next race they'll have a bad car. So it's like more inconsistency with the car than the pit crew. So again, they're just going by track knowledge and track temperatures of the car. So they wanted to go a little bit tighter, but Reddick said, "Hey, I don't want to go tight because I want to be able to turn, and plus I need speed because I was getting burned off the straightaways and corner speed in Atlanta." So the pit crew kind of listened to him. What a great job by the pit crew of listening to a rookie, as you really don't see that in a driver, not unless he's a veteran and with the pit crew or whatever. Usually the pit crew will have a major decision in the crew chief on your car setup, and the drivers really don't have anything to do with that. But that's not the case here in Miami. They actually listen to Tyler And Tyler said, I want to loosen it up a little bit, and they did. The only problem was, in the beginning of the race, he got loose and almost had an accident. He did have a couple accidents today with Kyle Busch, as Kyle Busch, again, was trying to draft him, which he really shouldn't have drafted him in the first place on the corner entry. And again, he slammed on the brakes, got loose, and did massive damage again to the almost to the engine and the radiator. Luckily, he did not DNF, because that could have been a DNF. Tyler really needs to be careful about how he approaches these corners and be more aware about where these drivers are, because these drivers are so aggressive that they don't care. They'll bump draft you, and if you're not ready, you know, you can go flying. So Reddick really needs to be careful of where his position is on the track, because that could have been a major letdown if Reddick would have DNF'd and got no points for the race. As he tries to get past Kurt Busch here, and Kurt Busch is just trapped up in lap traffic. So as he gets past Kurt, and Kurt just allows it to happen, maybe because Kurt, you know, he's gonna pit here. We'll see if Kurt pits. No, Kurt's not gonna pit. But that's the kind of respect that, you know, a rookie can have over a veteran. As you see in Atlanta, where Tyler Reddick was drafting Kurt Busch and helping Kurt Busch to the top. So Kurt Busch remembers that, and really not being so aggressive with Tyler Reddick. That can happen over the year as you get out of the Tyler's view, and we go back to the hood cam as you know, Tyler gives BJ McLeod a bump and says, "Hey, you need to get going." As BJ nods and says, "I'm trying to, Tyler." As we come up to the turn here, I don't know if that's turn 1, I think it's in turn 2 or 3 or something like that, as we get past Rocket Man. Man, in Miami, these cars are glowing a lot. So what a great, you know, they're kind of like shining through the air here, as with, you know, Tyler's just staying up top here, as you know, kind of I wouldn't say it's just kind of weird here in Miami with the sky and the lighting here. It's very dark here for a day race, and the lighting here is very bright. Now, I've seen that in Florida before, so maybe that has an effect. Maybe a big weather storm is coming, so we'll get an update on the weather here in Florida and see where that forecast is going, and see if we really need to cancel this race or stop this race, because we don't want the weather to have an effect on the race. As we get right beside Ty Dillon here, as Ty Dillon is trying to get some kind of win here. Again, very, these super speedways that are coming up, during the schedule here, anybody can win that. So like Ty Dillon and even I was gonna say Tim McDowell, like Michael McDowell here, he could actually win a race with the super speedways. So some of these drivers that need wins, like Stenhouse, a very accomplished super speed driver. As you get in front of, try to get in the middle of Denny Hamlin as we just break down. That was a setup made by Tyler. I'm so impressed with Tyler doing these maneuvers and the setups that he's doing, going down low, staying high, going middle. He is using all the track, and I'm really impressed by this rookie of showing great character and knowing you're just using all the track. You don't see that in a rookie. They'll use, you know, like half of the track because they're so scared of using half of it. As we go 4 wide down the back stretch of Miami here, as Reddick got that good horsepower as he lacked in Atlanta, as we get past all of them with ease. So what a great job by this number 8 crew of loosening up that car and putting some more power in that engine so we can be able to compete. And that's all Tyler wants, is to be able to, you know, have horsepower to to, you know, burn some of these guys off of straightaways, and that's what Tyler's doing. Tyler loosened up that car and said, hey, I want to loosen up the car a little bit, because he had a much of a tighter setup in qualifying. That's probably why he qualified so low. Like, again, you see Tyler finishing, I mean, he's not really getting great pole position. Like, he's starting in the back, and then he starts in, you know, he's never got the pole this year, or he's never got like 3rd or 9th place or anything. Starting in the back and has to work his way up to the front. So, you know, that can get to you over the years too. I mean, not over the years, but over a course of a race in a season where you're starting always in the back because you're not qualifying. You have to claw and scratch your way up to the front. Just like in Phoenix, where he had to claw and scratch his way up to the front. And it took 90 laps to do that. So very, very long. Where here in Miami, where he started in the middle of the pack and really did not have to work that hard to get up to the front because he was already semi here the front. As we go into another turn here, as Tyler's really comfortable with this track, really knows this track, and knows that he really needs to slow down on those corner entries from not slipping and staying away. So really comfortable with this track here in Miami. I don't know, he just feels comfortable with this track. Again, he's gotten a few accidents today, but that was more of the drivers being so aggressive with Reddick. Some of it was their fault and half of it wasn't. Like Kyle Busch, that was not Kyle Busch's fault. Why Tyler Reddick spun out? It was the reason why I say that is because Kyle, he didn't. I don't know. He just, to me, it just didn't feel like he. I don't know. To me, it's just like it felt like he didn't hold on, or he didn't really provoke and kept pushing Tyler Reddick. When you see crashes like that happen, is everybody is so spread out and so many lanes to choose and pick. You really have to be careful because some of these guys get checked up as we give Austin Dillon a bump. But really have to be careful about that, of what lane to choose, because these guys can check up and take your lane away, and that's how accidents happen. As we get past our RCR teammate, Austin Dillon, and get past that lap traffic, we're coming up on Eric Jones here, and we're going to get past Eric here. But that, yeah, everybody was expanded and in their own lane. You really have to be careful when you're in lap traffic like that, trying to pass them, because you can disrupt their lane, as Timmy Hill just did with Tyler Reddick as he pinched down, and Tyler did not appreciate it. That's the second time that Timmy Hill has done that. Oh no, first time. Sorry, Chad Fincham did it the first time, and Chad Fincham really showing no class, that he should have let Reddick go. There's no point of Chad Fincham losing position when he's already a couple laps down and Reddick is in the lead. So you really don't need a block, especially when the car is faster than you. So there's no class by Chad Fincham not letting Tyler Reddick go, as if you get past our Atlanta winner, Kevin Harvick and Logano. So again, Tyler Reddick having a huge lead over the pack, as he's going to put them a couple laps down. I mean, a lap down, as he's got a huge lead over Brad Kowalski and like Brian Blaney and all that, as they go, oh, look at this, another lap traffic. So again, Reddick needs to slow down and let the corner develop and try to methodically get past Blaney and Kowalski here. Kowalski really bounced back really well from, it's DNFing in Atlanta, and actually DNFing in, I forgot what else he did. I think it was Auto Club he DNF'd. I'm not sure, as Reddick put everybody a lap down. So we're going to check on the tire weight. And the tire seems good, but you got to figure that that pit stop window is coming. That pit stop window is coming, and that Reddick has to go in that pit and pit. And that's going to give all these guys a chance to, you know, get back into it as Reddick tries to draft Ty Dillon here and does it successfully. And we get past Bowman too. So what a great job by Tyler, you know, drafting lap cars and trying to at least help them out. You don't see that in a lot of racers that are in first place. They'll just pass them and you know, put them a couple laps down, but not Tyler. Tyler, you know, if you're in his way, then he's gonna draft you to be faster and to, you know, kind of get your laps up and get up there. What a great job by Reddick. As Martin Truex is right there near Reddick trying to get his lap back. And this has been a long green flag run as Jimmy Johnson is in the top 15. Really needs to be in that top 10 to get some kind of point, because he is falling back. He is falling way behind in points here. Again, had that good start in Daytona, but after that in Vegas, had a good start in Vegas too. He got a top 10, and there goes our caution. So again, putting these guys back on the lead lap. As Reddick is going to take 4 tires and fuel, and he's not going to fix the damage. He is just going to let you know, the damage is really not that significant. As the green flag is going to come back in the air, as Martin Truex got the free pass. So here we go on the restart in Miami, Florida. As again, Tyler Reddick leads another lap. So can Tyler Reddick do what he did, what he couldn't do in Miami, what he could do in Atlanta, is have fast restarts and, you know, break away from the pack just like he did before, or will he struggle with restarts as we've seen in Atlanta? And again, it seems like he's doing and picking up the same exact way that he did last restart, but only this time Kyle Busch is catching up to I was gonna say Logano, Tyler Reddick, and you know, really showing that good Toyota Camry horsepower, and he's trying to get past Reddick here. Take a call drop.
Inside. Clear behind. Bottom clear. Got a headlight out on your bumper. Bottom lane through. Right side. You're all clear up top. Got a car coming inside now. Clear all around.
Who as Reddick took a chance and pinched down on the Rocket Man here, as Ryan Newman had to really get out of the way of Tyler Reddick pinching down. That was a very risky move by Tyler Reddick of pinching down on Ryan Newman, as Ryan was trying to come near his fender and his bumper and do that. So again, they're not really burning Reddick off of the restart. They're just kind of like, Reddick is sort of like not picking the right lane to choose and stay ahead of these guys. So again, some of these guys are a lap down, so they're trying to get the lap back. And you see Reddick still in first place. So they're trying to get that lap back. And they're on fresh tires. But you see the only difference is Reddick is staying with them. Ooh, as he makes contact with Kowalski. Kowalski just backed away. As Pagano trying to side draft Tyler Reddick as William Byron gives Byron a push, and Byron gets kind of loose on that corner and recorrects it and does that. That had nothing to do with why Tyler did not make William Byron do that. That was William Byron trying to go too fast in that corner and you lost control. That's one thing we see with drivers. You know, people say drivers are people in the back, they'll give them a bump and then they'll get loose and spin out. And they say, well, you know, the driver did that. No, it wasn't Tyler. It wasn't the driver. Sometimes the driver, the guy that's benefiting from the push, he can actually be going, you know, like he can, you know, like going the corners too fast and lose control as Harvard tries to side draft Tyler Reddick and doesn't to perfection. As he gets past Reddick, takes his suction and side draft and really benefited from it as Reddick is going to pass Harvick one more time as he gets past Harvick and tries to get past Kowalski from the top. But again, Reddick is trying to get that good horsepower, and here comes Harvick again on that horse, and he's going to try to drive that Ford Mustang to the limits here and get past the Chevrolet Camaro, but really not having good success about doing that. The only times that they have burned Reddick is off the bottom. They never got him from the top. So you know, Reddick really not showing good corner speed because they're burning him off the tri-oval as Kowalski comes right near that and Tyler Reddick is going to burn Kowalski on the top. So what a great horsepower by Tyler Reddick of showing Brad Kowalski and burning Brad off the top as we get towards Amarola here. He did that kind of dirty move earlier with Reddick here, being too aggressive as Blaney tries to get his lap back from and Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is in front of Blaney and trying to get his lap back. So a lot of these guys trying to get to the lap back. As you see, Truex is had to start. He got the free pass, and that's probably why he started where his position was. He didn't start beside Tyler in his regular position as Tyler tries to work the middle here and trying to burn Busch from the top. And really have to step off the gas because the top is tilting as Kyle Busch tries to run the top and take Tyler's lane away and then dive bomb towards the bottom. That's what Kyle did. Kyle did it to perfection there. What a great veteran move by Kyle Busch of knowing the track, knowing his position as he gets right beside Busch and blow him in the middle from that really good horsepower that we have, and Kyle Busch could not recover, and we're going to take the lead one more time. As we go up to the top here, right at the top, we got 75 laps to go. And you see Reddick's lap times, they're staying consistently. There's been a few times where he's been past that 33 lap time. So there's been times where he had a 30 and maybe a 29 even, but he's staying consistently, and even 31 and 30. But he's staying consistently with that 33 lap time, that 33 point something lap time. So that's just staying consistently with their lap time. Again, we see it 33.050. So again, getting faster, but just staying in that consistency with his lap time. And that's all you can ask for in your lap time. You don't really have to go fast all the time. You can just stay consistently and have those good laps and not hit the wall like that, like what Reddick did. if you hit the wall like that, your lap times are going to suffer as we do it again. And yeah, I should have used my wheel, guys, because it's kind of hard to steer with the controller when you get up towards the wall and you're trying to ride the top like that. It's kind of hard to you know, steer with the controller, so I should have used my wheel. But anyway, as we come up on the straightaway here, and Reddick sees again lap traffic here, as we try to go downstairs, and Reddick really has to lift off the throttle on these corner entries. But again, Reddick's seen it all before, and he absolutely feels comfortable with this track, actually. You know, and that's why he's having success. And he knew the right setup that he needed in Miami, Florida to run. So that's why he told the crew to loosen up the car a little bit, and that's what they did. Because Reddick knows the track very, very well, and knows the setup that he needs to have to you know, have success here in Miami. And that's what he's showing right now as he tries to get past Quinn Hoff here. There's a lot more drivers at DNF, so like I said, a lot of mechanical problems with these drivers, and we'll get a quick update on why these drivers are DNFing and really not finishing well. And we'll have a great, we'll have a good update on that, as 4 drivers are already in pit road and their race is over. And what a heartbreak for them to DNF and not get any kind of points. And like I said, we'll get a quick report on that. We got 75 laps to go here at Homestead, Miami. We got to check on the weather report here, as you see why the sky is so cloudy and gray. You know, we'll see about that. So we'll check. We'll have a quick check on that weather report once we get the weather report here. So again, Tyler really slowing down on these corners here in Miami, on the tri-oval here. Turns are very, very tricky as he hits the tri-oval here. And we call the caution. Another caution has occurred. So again, does Tyler Reddick want to pit? So he's going to ask his pit crew here. As the pit crew said, I mean, his crew chief said, yeah, go ahead and pit. So who DNF? Ross Chastain DNF. Justin Haley did, and Clint Boyer DNF after that incident with him and Reddick. So interesting story and interesting develop story coming up, as we'll get more on why Boyer did not finish the race and had sort of a mechanical problem, as he didn't pit right away after that accident. After he spun out, as we stayed neutral, Ryan Blaney got the free pass. So here we go. In the restart zone back here in Miami, a lot more flags here in Miami than Atlanta. Atlanta, we had a lot of flags, a lot of cautions, but not so much cautions. Not like Miami. Miami's having we're having a lot of cautions. We thought we might have a lot of cautions in Phoenix, but it didn't happen like that. As Reddick is trying to have a good restart here, and got a car, got a through wide actually through the tri-oval here of the turn one here in Miami, as we're just going to stay up top here, and Kurt Busch trying to get a draft from us. Great side drafting by Kurt Busch. Great side drafting by Kyle Busch here, as Truex gets right underneath us, and so does Logano, and so does Harvick, and so does Amarola. So mainly the top dogs here, the cars in the top 10 are giving Reddick fits on these restarts, and they're trying to get laps back from the restart. So I mean, from the restart, they're trying to get to the lap back as I think that's Kyle. I don't know who took the lead from. Oh yeah, Truex Jr. Truex Jr. took the lead from. Who was it? Tyler Reddick. As again, I'm going to say that again, as Ryan Newman gave Tyler Reddick a big push, and Tyler hit the wall again, being so aggressive. They really don't need to be that aggressive when they're trying to get buck wrapped. Again, this is not a super speedway, and they don't really need to be on the bumper like that. They need to, like what Ryan Newman is doing now. Ryan Newman is trying to help out Tyler Reddick, but doing it in the wrong way. He's staying on the bumper of Reddick and really driving him up that wall when he's near that wall. Really needs to back away and give Reddick bump grab and not be so on his back bumper and ride it. So what a great, what a poor decision by Ryan Newman to consider doing that, as Bladesxonly gets right there and passes him. So what a great job by Bladesxonly trying to stay in front of Reddick. But that's what Reddick's about to do right now. He's once these restarts are happening, he's in first place, but he'll lose the lead because of the restarts. So again, bad restarts, but having some decent restart speed. So it's all like a, you know, you win some, you lose some. But that's what he's been doing. He's been getting kind of burned off these restarts. And that's what he does not like. He does not like to get burned off of these restarts, as Denny Hamlin shows that good horsepower and rides that top like a champion. But Reddick is going to get down low and get kind of past Hamlin with ease, as he tries to catch up to Truex Jr., which Truex took the lead from Tyler Reddick. And Tyler didn't know that Truex was even on the lead lap. I mean, he knew he was on the lead lap, but really didn't know about, you know, really wasn't paying attention to that as he rides the top, tries to get that good run, and tries to pass Emarola here. And Emarola's not buying it, as Emarola stays on the bottom here. Trying to side grab Truex now. He almost goes 3 wide through the back stretch of Homestead Miami as we go into the turn 1 here, as Tyler Reddick is going to get his position back.
Careful, still there. Look ahead for me. Clear outside.
As we get past Harvick. As we riding on top of the wall here on the top of Miami. As Kyle Busch is he's not in the lead by a way of positioning. He's in the lead by a way of track positioning. So again, you can you can lose the lead. Not really lose the lead, but if the lap car is down and you're trying to get the lap back, they could be in the lead in front of you, and we call it track position. As we got 56 more laps to go, as again, Reddick was doing good and being consistent with his lap time with the 33 point something, but he got faster after this run has begun. He's gotten faster and he gets back in that 32 range. So what a great job by Tyler Reddick above, and really not a good job by Tyler Reddick, but this car is getting a lot more faster as the run goes on, as we're trying to clear Busch here, and we do, as Kyle Busch is giving us a fight. He's been fighting with Reddick all day long as far as position. Really been on Reddick's bumper the whole time. Him and Harvick another one, has been giving Tyler Reddick fits. As you see Bladesxonly here. Bladesxonly has, as we look at the leaderboard, we don't know, we don't really see the top or whatever. as Martin Truex and Ryan Blaney is still on the lead lap. So again, we'll see if Bladesxonly is still in that top 10, or does that DNF in Atlanta yesterday really affect Bladesxonly? And I think that's what happened with Bladesxonly here. When Bladesxonly got that DNF in Atlanta, we thought that it kind of messed with his head a little bit. As he had a good qualifying today. He was in the top 10 in qualifying position, but again, really did not. I don't know. He doesn't look the same driver as in Vegas after Daytona when he kept on getting those top 10s. Really doesn't seem like the same driver. He's really not so aggressive anymore. He's really cautious about where his position, and you know, he doesn't want to take so many chances. And that's not what we were seeing in that top 10 driver. Like in Vegas and Auto Club and all those Phoenix and all those, he was very aggressive. And as you see right here in Homestead, after he DNF'd in Atlanta, he's not so aggressive. So we'll see if that has an impact and see if that changes his mindset. Again, we thought that might happen, and you know, it's coming true. So Bladesxonly is really not that aggressive like he was. So we'll see if that affects his performance as they go 3 wide during the at the backstretch of Miami of Homestead. And Bladesxonly is really not going to take a chance. He's going to let the play develop and see what line opens up. And he does. He splits right through the middle of those last cars and did it with ease as he tries to ride the top here in Miami. And again, you can ride the top here in Miami. You can ride near that wall in Miami. The only difference is with hitting that wall. You hit that wall there, it can be tricky. But if you ride the bottom here in Miami, it could be really, really dirty too, because it's so loose on corner entry. You get so loose on corner entry. So depending on how fast you go into the corners, you can have a poor you know, you can have a poor time coming out of the corner. You won't be as fast coming out of the corner. So that's what you want. You want to be able to, you know, come out of the corner as fast as you can, so you can get that good speed for the straightaway. As you got 49 laps to go in Homestead, and again, you know, Tyler wants these guys to lap down. You know, if you can keep them a lap down, it'll be a much easier spot to have to defend Truex and Ryan Blaney instead of having to defend 5 or 6 or 9 guys trying to come off and steal your spot. So again, Reddick really has to be careful about that. If you get 48 laps to go, and again, got that 33 point something on his lap time. So again, he's staying consistent and really not forcing the car, or I should say, he's not really pushing the car to its limit. He's letting the car, you know, do what it's supposed to do in the setup. Is let the setup that they got for the car. He's really just letting the car do what it's meant to do, not really pushing the car. But again, that's why Reddick has been successful during the year. He's not really pushing that number 8 car. You know, he's not really exceeding that number 8 car over its limit. He's letting that number 8 car do what it's supposed to do and how it's set up. So what a great job by Tyler Reddick of not pushing that car. But only one time he's ever pushed the car, and that was at Auto Club, I think. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's at Auto Club when he loosened the car up a little bit, when the car felt tight and took turns. He loosened up that wedge. So maybe that was the only time we've seen him actually loosen up and push the car. And he got a good position out of it. Just like today, where he loosened up the car, but then he tightened it up. So again, somebody is smoking up here. I think that's Brad Kalowski. Let's see if that's Brad here. No, that's Paul Menard. I'm not Paul Menard. That is Matthew Benedetto. And that historic Brother Woods car, it's smoking. So it seems like everybody's pitting, and Tyler Reddick is just going to get a word from his crew chief and see if he wants to pit. And they say, yeah, go ahead and pit. We'll see who else DNF at Harrison Burton DNF. So we'll get a report on that. And we are going to take 1 can of fuel and 4 tires and not fix the damage. So again, lost at 1 spot and Truex gained a spot, and Kyle Busch got the free pass. So here we go. Back here, green flag back in the air here at Miami, Florida, as we get our, it seems like our 5th or 10th restart of the race here, as Truex is just staying toe to toe with Tyler Reddick here, as we give him a little bit of a bump. Not happy. Tyler's not really fazed by that, as he has to really slow down on these corners, and that gave Ryan Blaney an opportunity to pass Tyler Reddick again on these restarts. Not showing much corner speed, and that's where Tyler Reddick is really getting burned. He's really getting burned off these corners, off these tri-ovals. He does not have that speed, and again, that's why these drivers are taking advantage of these restarts, because of the corners of the the corner speed. Reddick does not have enough speed because he has to slow down. So again, guys, that's on me. I should put the CPU tire on normal, their tire wear, and that could play a factor in why they're turning so fastly into the tri-oval. So maybe I have to put it on more effect. So again, Reddick really has to gain ground here. And really, you figure if he had to pit, really should have done that in the last pit, because you know he's damaged. So that could be again, that could affect your top speed. But again, Reddick does not want to spend that much time in the pit. So you know, a bit of a coin flip here of when you should pit and when you should not pit, as Eric Almirola is trying to ride that high side like a champion, and we take the lead from the bottom as Eric Almirola tries to give Reddick a bump draft him, and you know, Tyler Reddick says, thank you, Almirola, I appreciate that, as we try to go towards Harvick here, who had a big win in Atlanta. He got it off of overtime. So the race went on until overtime, and he got it off of a restart. So Kevin Harvick got his win off of a restart. That you know, if it would have stayed green, Tyler Reddick would have won his third race of the year. That's what these drivers are trying to do. They're trying not to let Reddick win another race. If Reddick wins another race, they're in trouble, because they're already kind of in trouble because Reddick is not, he's getting consistently like in the top 5 all the time. He's having a monster rookie season as they go high. You see 4 cars are high and trying to draft each other. As we got 36 laps to go, we wonder if this will be, you know, the last time that we see a caution, or if we have to manually pit. So these drivers really need to take advantage of this opportunity and stay on, you know, try to get to the front and try to steal a win, as Ryan Blaney is trying to get his first win of the year, and he's up high right here. We check all the Penske drivers has been in the top 5 all today. So Martin Truex, another guy who's looking for a win, he's in 2nd place right now. So again, you know, these drivers are saying, hey, you know, we don't know the next time we're going to pit, or if everybody gets back together, we don't know that. So we want to hurry up and get you know, as many laps as you can, as Tyler Reddick gets position from Logano and takes the number 2 spot from Truex Jr. As Brad Keselowski is in 5th place here. We don't know if he's, I don't know why he's right there. I don't know why, like, I don't know. But Brad Keselowski's in the top 5, which he really needs points, so what a great job for him in a bounce back DNF in two races this season so far, as we try to get past, if we get past him, and we get past Ryan Blaney from the bottom. So Ryan Blaney was on the top, and we were on the bottom, as we come up on 32 laps. And we go to the turn here. Oh, and Reddick got loose there a little bit from the apron. And that's what happened with Brad yesterday. Brad hit that apron and spun out on the apron in Atlanta as he was coming on the turn there. And Reddick almost did the same thing. So again, trying to go way too fast on these corners here. And they really need to slow down on these corners here and let the car roll. And then once you let the car roll, they feel like they got a fast enough exit, and they should really step on that gas and try to have good exit corner speed. That's been Reddick's bugaboo all year, that restart. Once that restart comes, that's when they get that momentum, and you can get freight trained if you're really not careful about losing position. You really have to like pick a lane, either bottom or top. You don't want to stay in that sucker's hole and get freight trained. That's why Truex, that's why Reddick doesn't want to, he doesn't like the middle, he doesn't like the middle that much. He doesn't like riding that middle lane because of the, you know, of the restart or any situation. You don't ever want to ride the middle all the time. A lot of bad things can happen. You always want to pick a lane. Pick a preferred line, whether it's on top or bottom. You get more speed like that, and you'll be able to turn a lot more through the tri-oval if you're staying on top and going down slow on bottom. If you're in the middle, you're constantly fighting with your car, you're losing speed on the tri-oval. So, you know, what a great job by as Timmy Hill tried to get in Reddick's way again, and really should have done that. I mean, I'm sorry guys, that stuff pisses me off in this game when they do that. They'll get in your way and then they'll slam the brakes, or they'll like kind of go like this on the brakes a little bit just to try to slow you down. That pisses me off in this game. Especially like if you're a couple laps down. If you're a couple laps down, no class. You should let the faster car through. You're just slowing the car up. It's bullshit. But anyways, as Reddick goes on towards the turn here and goes into the turn right here and tries to stay high again. Tries to stay high, and you got 27 laps to go. As you tell by his lap times, he's being consistent. Like you said, staying in that 33 range. That's where he's been the whole race. So again, not a dominating car, but not really a fast. Well, he has a fast car because he's been burning these guys off of straightaways. The only thing is that corner speed. When he turns in that tri-oval, that's when he has to slow down, and that's when they gain speed from him. So it's kind of like a mismatch here, like a toss-up. You know, he's winning off of straightaways now, but he doesn't have that corner speed. So, like again, he has to slow down on the tri-oval here in Miami, and that's what's giving them a chance to catch up to him and pass him off the tri-oval. So those restarts are benefiting the other drivers here that are Reddick there. So again, he bumped in the back bumper of Ty Dillon there. He gets past Blitzer and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. As he comes up on Cole Custer here. As Brad Kolowski's already a lap down. Looking to put more drivers on a lap down here. As Tyler Reddick looking to put more drivers in that lap down range. You got 24 laps to go. As Benedetto is losing his goal of staying competitive and being in that top 20. If he continues to have that kind of an outing, then he's going to lose. He's going to be behind on points as Matthew Benedetto, and he doesn't want that. You know, that Wood Brother car has shown competitiveness and even, you know, shown, you know, like it can be competitive this year. So that Wood Brother car is really showing that it can be competitive, and that's what Matthew Benedetto wants. He wants to stay competitive. He does not want to drop out of that top 20. As Reddick hugs the bottom and goes on top. Like I said, he said he feels very comfortable with this track. He said he knows what setup needs to be run on this track, and it's paid dividends right here in this race. We have not seen him make a mistake. Even on the crashes that he's had couple crashes. He's involved in that one crash that he had to go to the pits of Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch kind of pushed him towards the, tried to grab him in the tri-oval. And you know, that's a big no-no. You never want to do that, especially in the tri-oval or a turn. You never want to draft anybody in a turn. You can cause an accident. So that's a big no-no why Kyle Busch is a veteran, he needs to know that. As we come up on Austin Dillon here, and Austin Dillon is getting back to respectability and again is in the top 20. So what a great job by AD of getting into that top 20. As we come back down here and finally make a turn. Looked like it took forever to turn there. As we come up on another turn, I don't know if this is turn 3 or 4. I think it's 3 or 4. Yeah, it's turn like 4 or something like that. 3 or 4. I'm not sure. As we come up on the turn there and need another lap. So 20 laps to go. The race is almost over. And we're going to check on that tire wear here. And the tire wear seems to be good. So what Reddick wants right now, he wants to stay green. He doesn't want it to have it go to a restart. He doesn't want a caution to pop out. If caution does pop out, again, he's in trouble. Because, again, he has restart speed, but he's getting burned off the corners here in Miami. So he really has to slow down right here. And because, you know, he has to let off the gas because, you know, he doesn't want to get tight. So again, these drivers are noticing that they have good corner speed today. And that's why they've been burning or getting in front of Reddick today. And by the tri-oval, by the corner right here, Reddick really has to slow down. And that's what's giving them an opportunity to pass him. So again, you know, very interesting decision of Reddick here. Reddick knows this track very well. He said he's very comfortable with it, and you can tell just confidence is beaming off of Reddick right now as he goes through the tri-oval there and passes Bowman and passes Gage. So Jimmy Johnson, as we come up on Jimmy Johnson is going to fail his goal of not, having a good outing or not really a good outing, but he's not finishing well. He wants to finish well. He's gonna actually break that goal. And he's gonna be in danger of being, you know, if the playoffs were to start, he would be out of the playoffs because he's not performing that well. As he's in the top 15, so not like he's doing that bad, but he needs to be in that top 5 or top 10 to actually get a lot of points and get back to respectability for Team Hendrick.
You're all clear up top.
As we go back another trioval right here, and we have to make another turn. Yeah, we got 15 laps to go here in Miami. Again, look at that lap time, 33 something. You know, he's staying consistently. As you see Kurt Busch here, guy who finished very, very well here yesterday afternoon in Atlanta, came in second place. But really struggled. I'm not really struggled, but just staying consistently. That's how Kurt Busch can do right now. As Josh Kalicki is not in the top 10 or top 5. He's in the top 20, but again, just not showing that aggressiveness like he did. So maybe that DNF that he had in Atlanta is messing with Kalicki's head, and really, you know, he's wondering if he wants to take that chance again of being aggressive. So he kind of drops back, and another caution has come out. So nobody is pitting. So again, do we want to pit? Do we actually want to pit? We're not going to pit. So we're just going to stay out there. We got 13 laps to go, and our tires are pretty, I wouldn't say they're fresh, but they're okay to make it towards the end of the race, because we got 13 laps to go. So again, another, Brad Keselowski's got the free pass. Kevin Harvick's still a lap down, and Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch is right there, which definitely, they're in great position to actually win this race on a restart, and they need wins. They actually need wins. So if Ryan Blaney can actually get a win here, or either Kyle Busch, that would set them up perfectly to be in the playoffs. So again, they're searching for that first win. So if Tyler Reddick is in first place, and really trying not to let that happen as he goes into the trioval here, and he has a fast restart. Other than Atlanta, you got to figure, if you go back to that last game in that last race in Atlanta, he did not have that good fast restart. He had a slow restart, and they were able to catch up to him and pass him. Here in Miami, if he loosened up that car, it was a different story. So what a great job by Josh. Keep on saying Josh Reddick, Tyler Reddick, into loosening up that car and telling his pit crew to loosen up that car, and they did just that, and that's why this Caterpillar number 8 car is gonna try to be in victory lane for the 3rd time this year. As we're coming up on 8 laps to go, and again, you know, he was thinking about using and saying, hey, do I really want tires? Do I really want fresh tires, or you know, is that gonna drop me back? So he did not want to drop back. His pit crew, his crew chief said, just go back out there, Tyler. And Tyler listened to his crew chief, and he is probably going to get his 3rd win of the year. So again, very good strategy by Tyler, and loosening up that car, and putting that car in great position to be in victory lane one more time this year as we hit the trioval here. As again, Blaney's right there. Blaney has been there all year. All these races, Blaney has been in the top 10. He's looking for a win, and he absolutely deserves to win a race this year. Him and Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch still looking for that first win, but really can't get, like again, just can't finish strong enough to get that win. And it was very frustrating when a driver consistently be in the top 10 and they really can't finish. I mean, they're in there, but they can't finish strong. You know, they can't break over that top. They're always there, but they can never get past that hump. And that's what Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney's doing right now. They're frustrated that they're getting these top 10s and staying competitive, but when it's time to win the race, they can't do it, and another caution has occurred. So again, perfect opportunity for Blaney or Kyle Busch, or even Brad Keselowski, because Brad Keselowski's back on lead lap. What a great season this would be if Brad Keselowski could actually win this race and actually be in the playoffs after DNFing twice. So great development stories here, as we're not going to pit though. Caution had came out, and look at the caution was on Ricky Stenhouse Jr. because he's the only one that's pitting on the you know, in the order here. So we're not going to pit here. We're just going to advance to green flag start race. So again, can one more time as Joey Logano gets the free pass, he's on lead lap. As one more time, can Tyler Reddick have that good run and that good restart, you know, at speed. You know, we've seen him struggle with restart speeds in Atlanta when he got burned again. And a couple here in Miami too, where he has trouble with restart speeds. As these tri-ovals, he really has to slow down on these tri-ovals, and that's how they're catching up to him. But it seems like he's going to win his third race of the year, as he has a good restart again, and just burns Blaney off. You know, it just burns Blaney. And again, Blaney has been bit by Reddick. He has been bit by him, and what I mean by bit, he has been losing on straightaways and corners. You know, he's been losing on straightaways to Tyler Reddick these couple races. You gotta figure Blaney's kind of getting frustrated with that, as Tyler Reddick is gonna come up and win his third race of the year for RCR and put that number 8 car back in victory lane. And there it is. He gets that checkered flag. What a great game plan by this number 8 team, as he's going to do a burnout, a well-deserved burnout for Tyler Reddick, winning his third race of the year and putting that number 8 car back in victory lane. And here in Homestead Miami, as again, guys, we do not do a good job of burning out here. We absolutely suck on burning out. So yeah, so not a great job by Tyler Reddick of burning out, actually hitting the wall there, as we do a correct burnout here. As you know, Tyler Reddick is very happy to win his third race of the year. Oh man, what a great accomplishment by this rookie of really hanging in there. And yeah, he said that you know, Miami has been his home. Like he loves racing here. He is very comfortable with this track. He knows this track very, very well. And he's shown it here today after he loosened up that car. He knew what type of car he wanted. He told that pit crew, you know, go in there and get that car tuned up and get me a looser car so I can be able to, you know, have good speed in that. So actually he's gonna burn out one more time as we go look at the results here, and he's gonna ride you know, he's gonna ride and celebrate with the fans here as he rides the backwards, as he rides and celebrates with the fans as we go to the race results. So back in victory lane, as Tyler Reddick is back in victory lane, as we see the results here. We don't know how these why Chase Elliott we don't know how Chase Elliott DNF'd. So Chase Elliott was kind of like in the back, and we really couldn't, I don't know, we really couldn't see how he DNF'd. So maybe we can get a quick replay here, as we're going to go to the replay here and see what happened to Chase Elliott and why he DNF'd, or even why Clint Boyer DNF'd. So we're going to get a quick recap on that and see if our replay camera guy got it and captured the action. As you see, Truex here bump into the wall off of a blown tire, and bumped into his teammate, a racing teammate, Denny Hamlin. And Truex really didn't really benefit from that. You know, as they go 3 wide to the tri-oval, but what a great job by Tyler Reddick of bouncing back from Atlanta as we go, you know, as it was the restart or whatever. But Blaney has to really be frustrated this year about not winning a race. You know, he needs to win that race. Him, Logano, and I believe all the Penske drivers has not won a race this year. I think him, Joey, and Brad has not won a race this year. Brad, after an awful start, I think he came in the top 10, or the top 5. So what a great job by Brad Keselowski of DNFing and coming back. And, you know, like I said, it was not nobody's fault that he DNF'd on Atlanta. It wasn't his fault. I mean, it wasn't nobody's fault. It was his own fault. You know, he slipped on the apron and his front 2 tires, they spinned out. As we get a great view of Tyler Reddick and Kurt Busch and Joey Logano going 3 wide through the tri-oval. So what a great camera shot that is. And Joey and Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson did not. I think he came in the top 20, but he needed to do more. He needed to get up to that top 5 or that top 10. And there you go with the pushing there, as you see Busch push Reddick. And actually bumped into Keselowski there too. Keselowski could have had his forced a DNF. As same thing what happened with Michael McDowell and Tyler Reddick. So Tyler really needs to worry about DNFing. He has not DNF'd this year, and that's what's keeping him in this race. He has not DNF'd, so came close. He should have DNF'd today. Out for that in Atlanta, he should have DNF'd, but he didn't. So very, very, very close of not DNFing. As our camera view can't really tell what happened to Chase Elliott and why he DNF'd. And I don't think they're really going to capture that. I think Chase Elliott got involved in some of them cautions that were occurring in the race. I think he got caught up in some of them cautions, and that's probably why he DNF'd. It may have been an accident, just like with Truex, when Truex smacked into the wall. Luckily, Truex didn't DNF off of that blown tire that he got. So yeah, we did not see the reason why Chase Elliott DNF'd. As we're going to get out of here and look at the results here. As again, Tyler Reddick having a dream monster rookie season as he won his 3rd race of the year. Very comfortable here in Miami. As Kyle Busch came in 2nd place, so Kyle Busch still in the top 10, but still without a win. As Brad Keselowski was in the top 5 again, but without a win. But great bounce back from those 2 races after DNFing. So it looks like Brad Keselowski got his car, and his crew is finding out about that car and fixing that car and trying to have a bounce back year. As Ryan Blaney again comes into the top 5 but did not get a win. Had a chance to win. Had 2 chances to win. Him and Kyle, but they could not have that restart speed, and Reddick did. So if Reddick would have never tuned up that car like he did, he would have never won this race. So great job of Luke of telling that his pit crew and his crew chief, hey, I need the car loosened up a little bit, and so I can, so I can have good restart speed and corner speed, not corner speed, but straightaway speed. So what a great job by there. And that's a great shot with him, Busch and Logano, just staying neck to neck with each other. That's a great view. As Joey Logano came in 5th place. So what a great job by Joey of consistently staying in top 10. What a great job by all these drivers. Roger Penske has to be really, really happy with his drivers right now. All they need to do is to win a race. As Kevin Harvick kind of fell back down to earth, but still a top 10 for Kevin Harvick. He doesn't need to worry. He's already won the race. He's already in the playoffs. He just needs to finish strong like he's doing now, and he'll be okay in the points. As the Rocket Man got himself a top 10. So all he needs to do is do the same thing he's been doing, and he'll be up there in points. As Eric Almirola finally woke up for Stuart Haas, as he's in the top 10. So Stuart Haas, two Stuart Haas guys were in the top 10. As Harvick and Almirola and Denny Hamlin in 9th, and William Byron was 3 laps down, but still he's in the top 10, and that rounds out the top 10 guys. So again, we're going to look at the rest of the field as BJ McLeod consistently there, still getting top 20s, falling out of the top 10, but still in that top 20, you know, above the top 20. As Josh Bilicki still in the top 20, but really falling back down to earth. And we said that in a couple races ago in our interview. We said that Josh Bilicki might finally fall back down to earth. I mean, he's still finishing well, but he's not in the top 10, in the top 5 like he does. He's showing in qualifying that he's got a fast car. But again, it's not what you do in qualifying, it's how you finish the race. As Reddick has proved that this year. As falling way back, starting way in the back and finishing up front. So it's not where you start, it's where you end up. As Bilicki needs to know that. As Kurt Busch got himself another top 20, as Jimmy Johnson, again, got himself a top 20, but needs to do better and get himself in top 10 and top 5 and even winning races. But just like he did at Daytona. As Alex Bowman, another bubble top driver, that's, you know, in danger of really falling out of the playoffs. Like I said, the season is still young, but he's in danger of, just like Jimmy Johnson, of falling out of the point standings. As Ryan Preece got himself a 16th spot. Eric Jones again right there, still in the top 20, and Christopher Bell and John Hunter Nemechek. What a great outing he had, as he had a top 10 in Atlanta. Comes to Miami here and got himself a top 20. And Austin Dillon, our RCR teammate, a top 20. So at least Austin Dillon did not fall in that no man's land in the low 30s. So what a great job by AD of having a top 20. He also had a top 20 in Vegas too. So, you know, maybe I got to start helping Austin Dillon out of drafting him and getting up to the field. And that's probably what I'll do here in Texas next year, or next race. I'll probably do that in Texas. As Matthew Benedetto did not have a good outing, and Matt Kenseth and David Reagan, Ricky Stenhouse still looking for that first win. I think he'll actually get a win here this year. As Cole Custer and Chris Buescher finally felt back to reality after having that good, you know, outing in Atlanta. And Ty Dillon and Michael McDowell, Daniel Suarez, he should just give up, because he was in the point standings, but he dropped out because of the way he's finishing. And that rounds it out as Martin Truex. I think Martin Truex did. No, Martin Truex. I don't know what happened to Martin. I don't know if Martin Truex DNF'd. I don't think he DNF'd. Because he was there, wasn't he? Yeah, he was there. He did not DNF. But I don't know how he dropped back to 35th spot, because he was in the top 5. As, you know, and then you see Harrison Burton, Ross Chastain, Justin Haley, and Clint Boyer actually DNF, and Chase Elliott DNF. So what a bad break for Chase Elliott, as he was in the, you know, in the point standings, and this is going to hurt him on points. And again, after Clint Boyer, after having that stellar top 5 in Phoenix, really didn't, he fell back down to earth and had a decent outing in Atlanta, but came to Florida and absolutely got slow. And more, I wouldn't say that, but yeah, he was involved in an incident at the beginning of the race with Reddick, as a lot of the drivers were. Almirola was in the incident with Reddick. So was Bush. So a lot of these drivers are being way too aggressive, and you know, and that's not the way to go. So there goes your result, guys, as we're going to celebrate with Tyler Reddick in victory lane, as he put that number 8 car in victory lane one more time, the 3rd time this year. So as you can see, Tyler Reddick won his 3rd race of the year, got good points, and built himself a dimensional lead, a very comfortable lead, as Ryan Blaney is still in 2nd place despite not having a win. Kevin Harvick 3rd, Joey Logano 4th, Bush 5th, Hamlin 6th, Bilicki 7th. Bilicki still in the chase in points. And Kurt and Bush 8th, Ryan Newman 9th. So Ryan Newman slowly getting up there in points. All he needs to do is win. And BJ McLeod rounds up the top 10 here in the point standing in Miami. So there you go. As we go into the Tyler Reddick victory lane party, and we'll see him celebrating with his pit crew and maybe his owner, Richard Childress. So let's check that out right now, guys. As there you go, there you see that number 8 car in victory lane for the 3rd time this year, as we win in Homestead, Miami. As we win the Echo Boost, or the Dixie Vodka 400 here in Florida. As we get an update on the weather, that a storm is coming, and that's probably why the sky was like that, and it was so bright on the track. So a storm is coming, so thank God our race ended before the storm comes. So that's it from Miami, as we're going to get out of here before the storm comes, guys, as Tyler Reddick celebrates with him in victory lane, and he's going to get out of here too before the storm comes. So Kyle Busch has the fastest lap, and the most laps was Tyler Reddick. And on the move, it's Kevin Harvick. Tough break so Martin Truex did DNF today. So there's another driver that DNF. So what a tough break for Martin Truex Jr. as Kyle Busch ran the fastest lap. Josh Reddick got he led the most laps, and despite that, Kevin Harvick started 39th and ended up in 6th place. What a great job for Kevin Harvick, and what a tough break for Martin Truex. Started 5th in the pole and ended up 35th. So there you go, guys. You guys looked at the results and finding out the points, and as we're going to close the book on Miami. As we finish another race this year. And we're in Texas, the next race. So we put this car in victory lane 3 times. So I was gonna say Austin Dillon. All Tyler Reddick needs to do is get Dillon going, and I think that's what we'll do next race. We'll put Dillon, and we'll try to bump him up towards the front. And even if we want, at least have him have a shot to win the race, we'll do that. Because Austin Dillon really needs to get going this year, and he really needs to start competing well, because he's just being in top 20s, and that's good points. But you don't want to do that. You want to win races, and you want to be in top 5s and top 10s. That's how you get a lot of points. So as we look at the season standings and the playoff standings, you can see that Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin and Jimmy Johnson is right there, and you see Ryan Blaney. Again, it has a bit of a lead from Harvick and Denny and Jimmy, but he has not won a race, so that's why he's in 5th. But I'm pretty sure in the season standings, Ryan Blaney's in 2nd place, and Joey Logano and Kyle Busch, and there goes Bilicki. Bilicki again, still consistently getting points, and Kurt Busch and Ryan Newman, BJ McLeod, and Matthew Benedetto. So after that ugly start that he had, ugly finish that he had in Miami, he still got points and he's still in it. And Chase Elliott, despite DNFing, is still right there and got 1 point. So again, and Martin Truex got 4 points despite DNFing, and Eric Jones and Alex Bowman still on that bubble, as him and Truex and Eric Jones are fighting for the lead here, and Chase Elliott and Matthew Benedetto. So all these drivers right here, they're sort of on that cutoff, about who's gonna pass them or whatever. But there goes your playoff standings, and here goes your season standings, as we're in the lead, and Ryan Blaney is in second, and Kevin Harvick is in fourth, Joey Logano fourth, Kevin Harvick in third, Joey Logano fourth, Kyle Busch in fifth, Denny Hamlin's in sixth, Josh Bilicki seventh, Kurt Busch eighth, Ryan Newman is in ninth. So he dropped from the way in the bottom to the top, and BJ McLeod rounds out the top 10 in the point standings, in the season standings. As who has the lowest ones? Harrison Burton, Ross Chastain. These are all the bottom guys. And again, we gotta get Austin Dillon going. He's only got 56 points during the season. Gotta get him going so he can jump up towards the standings. So there you go, guys. There goes your results of the points. And our next race is at Texas, and it is, I believe it's a day race. I'm not sure. As we go out of here, yeah, it's a day race. So another day race, and again, longer laps. These races are starting to get longer, as we got 334 laps to go. So again, a lot more longer races and longer laps. So again, I'm gonna shut it down here. I'm gonna shut my channel down for today. If you like what you hear, like, comment, subscribe, keep coming back, keep supporting me. I would love your subscription, and I will be back with more content.